Steven, when you asked me to come up with what I would do in New Orleans, I had a really hard time because I get put on the spot and there are so many wonderful things to do. But I live uptown and I work downtown, so I decided to come up with two different scenarios. So let's start uptown. This is a more family-friendly day, I think. I would start with breakfast at Revista. It's a newer bakery. It's super awesome. It's on Magazine Street. They do all of their own pastries. Their prosciutto and fontina croissant is out of this world. And if it happens to be Saturday or Sunday, you're in luck because they do brunch. It's really inexpensive and really amazing. Stack of flapjacks, $6 with sweet ricotta and fig spread. It's awesome. So then I would head out to City Park because there is a ton to do out there. They have the highest point in New Orleans. It's not actually Monkey Hill. It's in a little forest. It's called the Coudery Forest. And City Park's website's really funny. They say you might need a Sherpa if you're not experienced with high altitudes because New Orleans is so flat. But while you're out there, if you have a golfer in your life, the driving range is awesome. They sell beers and snacks. You can make a day of that. If you have kids, I love City Putt and I love Storyland. I got married in Storyland and it's really fun for kids and adults. For adults to kind of just walk around and enjoy it, but kids in your life will love that place. It is larger than life storybook scenes. One of my favorite cemeteries is out there too, Holt Cemetery. It's where the poorest in the city are buried. It's a very powerful place. There's no above ground tombs. They're all below ground. If it's a rainy day, they're filled with water. They're all decorated by family members and by hand. It's really moving, and if it's a foggy day, it's really cool to see. Great for taking pictures. Let's see what else. So we can head back to Magazine Street for a little shopping that afternoon. My favorite retail pockets are around Jackson Avenue and around Louisiana. Whenever people are downtown, I always tell them to take a cab to Jackson, just walk till you get tired, take a cab back. For dinner uptown, I'm going to suggest Pascal's Manali. It has the world's greatest oyster shucker there, Thomas, Uptown Tea Stewart. I love him. He's so great. Get some oysters at the oyster bar first. Tell him I sent you. We're best friends. I love him so much. He always gives me my oyster shells to decorate for bearded oysters. And then for nightlife, I would catch a show at Tipitina's because it's just 3 blocks away from the diviest dive bar in the city, Miss May's. Open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Cheapest drinks in town, no matter what time of day it is. If you get a Miss May's, that is the end of your night, always, for me anyway. I climbed the duck statue outside one time. I don't remember it, but it's on video. So, like I said, I work downtown. If I was starting downtown for breakfast, I would either get breakfast at Petite Amelie, which is just a block away from my store, or Crêpe de Ville, which is also a block away. Petite Amelie, if you want something lighter, they have amazing pastries made by Allison. Her muffins are out of this world. She always does a different one every day. If they have the rainbow carrot muffin, definitely get it. And then Crêpe de Ville does huge overstuffed crepes. They're insane and so awesome. The Alamo is my favorite. Homemade salsa, so good. So after that, I think I would take a ferry ride across to Algiers Point. I have a friend that has a store over there, and I never really spent much time over there until I became friends with her, but it's such a cool little neighborhood. It'll be great. You get to take a little, I think it's $2 now, it used to be free, ride across the Mississippi. But you can walk around in one of the oldest neighborhoods in the city. Go check her store out. It's Nola Potter. Funky, awesome local art like mine. And a record store just opened right next to her, only one on the West Bank. Get a drink while you're over there at Crown and Anchor. Head on back over. This is a very drinking heavy day in the French Quarter. You can get lunch at El Gato Negro because they have the best pineapple cilantro margarita ever. And then you can get another one for the road and walk around with it. It's right across from the French Market. Check it out while you're there. My favorite retail area of the quarter is my store, obviously. But if it wasn't my store, it's right by the 900 block of Royal Street, Fifi Mahoney's. Girly accessories, greatest staff, make you feel like a queen there. And then I love the Anti-U Gallery and the Red Truck Gallery. There's a whole bunch of cool galleries around there. Make sure you check out all of Royal and Charter Street. It's where the cool stuff is. That's what I think anyway. For dinner, Oh wait, we're getting drinks beforehand. Sorry, I had to make a piece of paper because I have so many things I want to tell you about. So if we're getting drinks, I would either go to the Carousel Bar or Sylvain. Carousel Bar is super classic. You get to ride a carousel around. Like, how could you not love that? A little bit pricey, but awesome. So worth it. Sylvain, the bartenders are amazing, super funny. They'll make you whatever drink you want based on what spirits and flavors you'd like. Great conversation. It's great. For dinner, you're gonna head over to Irene's, which is also in my neighborhood, block away from my store. I love them there. You can take a seat. It's the weirdest little restaurant. You have to walk all the way through into the back to get to the maitre d' stand. But back there's a piano player. He's a young guy. He's blind. He's incredible. He can play with his hands behind his back. Like a whole song. Just, it's amazing. And then make sure you ask for Daniel. He is incredible. Best service you'll ever have. I just had a cousin in town, sent her there for a bachelorette party. They wanted Fireball whiskey. Irene's did not have Fireball whiskey. Daniel left Irene's, went to Sydney's, purchased Fireball whiskey, came back and brought it to them. They had a great night. And then I myself personally am a karaoke fiend, and you cannot go anywhere better for that than Cajun's Pub. That is down in the Bywater. It's a little bit of a walk, but so worth it. It's so, so fun. And even if you feel like you can't do it, it's always a good crowd there. Get up on stage. They'll make you feel awesome about yourself. Everyone's friends there. It's the greatest. So I hope you guys have fun while you're in town, and come see me at my store on your quarter day. Is that good? Okay, so while you're in town, you're obviously going to want to stop in and check out my store, the Green-Eyed Gator, corner of Charters and Dumaine. We've got about 40 different artists in here, and most of them are local. Got a couple out-of-towners because if their stuff is too cool to pass up, obviously not going to pass it up. Like, we got this girl from New York, blinking eyeball jewelry. We've got a couple Canadian artists, a guy from Michigan that makes guitars. Super cool. But 95% is local. It's all funky. It's all accessible. Most of the pieces I have a couple pieces that are more expensive, but anyone can find something that they can bring home here and take a piece of New Orleans back with them. I'm basically the only one that's ever here, so if you stop in, it's most likely going to be me. Come say hey, we'll talk, and I'll expand on recommendations for you for hours on end of things to do around New Orleans. And then, yeah. That's it. Okay.